All right, how's it going? My name is IPA Fan, and today we are going to be doing a pumpkin ale chug. So
Ugh.
I got this out of Shipyard. Smash pumpkin. All right, Gordy, go for it.
What's up? What's up? It's Gordy Drinks Craft. Rocking out this Howling Gore out of I think San Diego. I don't know who made it. I just picked it up at Trader Joe's and fuck it, decided to go with it.
Ice cream.
I'm drinking just District 96 Hello Gorgeous Pumpkin Ale.
Bruja.
Happy Bruja, drinking Rosemary Baby out of Two Roads in Connecticut.
J Hump.
Craft witness. I got a farm to barrel pumpkin sour. God, I regret this choice. Only thing they had.
Serial killer clown.
Captain Spaulding here, aka Ricky with the good beers. You guys made it hard for me, so I couldn't find a non-alcoholic pumpkin, but I got a non-alcoholic brown ale.
Okay.
Close
All
enough.
right, autumn brown.
Mary Ellen.
I got beer level here. Good. I got Good Gourd from Cigar City. It's an Imperial Pumpkin Ale.
Ooh,
Apparently, this
tasty.
was supposed to be good. Never had it, but
Drunk Monkey.
Captain Obvious here, and I've got a pumpkin beer as well. It's called Jack o' Lantern or Jacques o' Lantern from Evolution in Salisbury. That is a pumpkin.
Nice. All right.
Al. First of all, Al, I love that you keep playing with your fucking hair, bro. It's
it's yeah.
All right. If you
Yeah,
have
me and the ice cream know what's going on. Wait.
I am less looking forward to this chug than I did the non-alcoholic one. So just heads up.
This is
3 in a
a,
row, baby.
Even more than the what the hell's the other one that we had? The seltzer chug.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was rough.
Still.
Look at the cover.
this was aged in rum barrels, and all I can smell is just the rum right now.
Nice. It's probably gonna be good.
All right. Fuck it. J Hump, you're in the middle. Count us down, Batman.
Hey, here we go. Batman counting down. 3, 2, 1. Where's Rachel?
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, that was disgusting.
That's not what I was expecting. That was a horrible pumpkin beer.
That was absolutely disgusting.
So bad.
That just tasted like yams, like candy
Yeah.
yams, like liquid candy yams.
Pumpkin had an ass. This is what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
Mine wasn't bad. Mine wasn't too bad.
there's just
Has
like a lot of
anybody ever had
molasses
pumpkin sour?
flavor in this that's not really agreeing with me at all. This is just.
What's the,
thankfully, this
um,
once a year?
What's the ABV on you guys' beer?
Not enough.
6.8.
Yeah, mine was 8.
9.
6.3.
8.8. 8.8. Jesus.
Yeah.
Mine was 8.5 for sour.
You know, it wasn't bad. It's just that like the nutmeg and cinnamon are burning my tongue a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a bunch of cinnamon on mine at the end.
I'll put something on your tongue.
Stop it.
All right. Let's get started. Cruising beers.
Oh.
Now we can enjoy what we're drinking.
Yeah.
I need to get my cruising beer.
Well, here's mine. I'm
clean
going
up.
with the Deftones White Pony.
Hey, it's
So-
from here.
Oh,
Oh, that's what I'm gonna go with mine today.
thanks
gonna
to
be a-
Ricky. I'm gonna go with that cashmere, all cashmere, everything. So
Nice.
thanks, Ricky.
Cashmere's good beer. Good hops.
Deftones. is-
Yeah.
Gordy's dressed up for that beer.
I have to say, I give you ladies, credit for putting all this stuff in your face. I'm kind of annoyed that my lipstick wore off so quickly. I really
gotta
feel
get-
like I need to reapply, but I'm not gonna do it.
Long-lasting matte lipstick.
Actually,
Yes.
Al, you should reapply now.
No,
Do it.
It's
no,
only
we don't have much time. And I'm not gonna go rifling through my wife's.
Wait a minute.
lipstick
Wait a
here.
minute. You're not a lady. You don't have your chapstick ready to go or your lipstick. Just
I don't. I'm not even wearing a bra, man. Come on.
Oh, you letting them hang, huh?
No, yeah, man.
Free the
It's
nipples.
hot.
We could
Bras
tell
are old school.
shirtless Chug, the shirtless Chug's the other day.
Yeah.
All right. So we're discussing adjuncts in beer. Is it a good or bad thing? Is that what we're discussing?
Yeah. Which ones you've liked, disliked, that type of thing.
Did everybody talk about their cruising beer?
No.
not yet.
Not yet. No. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Who else did not?
No, Captain Obvious.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and review our cruising beer. Start with Gordy.
So, like I said, I'm doing Deftones White Pony, Belgian Beaver down in San Diego. I'm just gonna say San Diego County because that's pretty much where they're at. It's pretty good. I like it. I've had it before. Has a nice little clear, crisp kind of flavor to it. So I'm digging it.
Same thing. I actually am not that big of a fan of it. I thought it's good, don't get me wrong, but I think the hype just wore on me, and this is the second time I'm having it, and just feel like the same time I did last time, which is it's fine, but I think it just got a little bit too hyped for me. So in my head, it's just not living up to that greatness, where if I hadn't heard about it, maybe I'd enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear about it honestly till I had people ask me. I think Hoppy Cat was the one that was like, "Hey, can you get this for me?" I said, "Yeah, I could do that." But I think out of all of them, I think Swerve City is probably their best one.
Without a
Yeah.
doubt. The tropical is just amazing in that. Ice
Yeah.
Queen, what you got?
I have the all cashmere everything from Other Half out of New York City. Double dry hopped IPA is 8.5. It's really smooth for I like cashmere hops anyway. So I was like, yes. When they said they had it, I was excited. It's smooth and it smells delicious. I like it. It's good. But it's hard to see Other Half in it not be good, but yeah.
True. Bruja?
I am drinking Cloud Bursting number 7 double IPA from Grimm. It's Nelson and Motueka. I'm usually not a big fan of Nelson just because like that wine taste that it comes with, but this is actually really good. It's not so much that winey taste, but it's definitely like very smooth, sort of like fruity flavor to it.
Batman?
did you say Batman?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Know who you are, my brother.
Hey,
West Coast IPA is Dead by Green Cheek Brewing.
That one's good.
7.2% ABV. Nice, clean IPA, clear.
I was gonna ask you, can I look at it? I like to look at colors.
Yeah, Simcoe and Citra hops.
what do you think?
Who's next?
Hold on.
No.
Go ahead. Jay Hump, what do you think of the actual beer?
Actual beer is pretty good.
Ricky?
All right, I got Hazy 8F from Brewdogs. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a little hazy, but I gotta say, guys, this one, little hint of pineapple, little hint of mango, but it's there's something missing, man. You know what I mean? Like you get a little bit of hoppiness, but I'll be back next week. There's something missing, guys. For every single and I don't know, obviously I know what it is, but for every single of the non-alcoholic beers that I've had, they're just like it's obvious, right? There's something that's not there.
Yeah.
And you
Alcohol.
can really come.
The alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
The alcohol is missing.
I mean, this says 0.5 half percent. I mean, that's not that. I mean, but it tastes like pineapple and mango juice.
I give you lots of credit, bro. I'm being honest when I say that. I can't do that Silver October thing, but I give you plenty of credit.
One more week, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys
We're
up
almost there.
October. Well, actually, November 1st, right? Midnight Halloween party.
Yeah, we all have to have a chug for you to get the chug.
Yeah.
Mary
Oh, yeah.
Ellen, what you got?
All right. So speaking of adjunct type beers, this company is famous for this. Hudson Valley Brewing. This is Silhouette. This is a sour D IPA. This is peach, and it's exactly that mosaic and citra hop combination, but it is absolutely peachy, 100%. It smells like you opened up a can of like peaches with heavy syrup. As far as the taste goes, it's nice and tart, it's juicy, slightly dry.
Nice.
That sounds really good.
Does.
It is. It actually is really, really good.
Mhm.
They make really cute. This company makes a lot of beers that are very adjunct heavy. So
Yes.
perfect topic for what we got going on.
Captain Obvious.
So I am drinking X-Raying Flowers from North Park Beer Co. in San Diego. This is
So good.
a double dry hop hazy with Citra Incognito, Citra Cryo, Nelson, and Galaxy. It's really good. It has kind of tastes like a tropical flavor, like you do taste pineapple and mango and stuff, and it's really, really smooth.
Yeah.
I love how hazy their beers are. Like they're real
Yeah.
bit hazy.
So-
8.5%.
So in my
Really
opinion, are you getting like kind of like a sweetness at the end? Because that's what I was getting when I
Yes.
when I drank mine.
It's like when it first hits the lips. It tastes, it tastes like a tropical, kind of like a tropical drink. It has a mouthfeel. It has kind of is kind of hoppy, but it does finish with I love a
Pineapple.
good
Good finish with the mouthful.
it's freaking good.
Oh,
Awesome.
I think the finish is really super important with your beer, you know, because if you have
definitely.
a crappy finish, then you're not like wanting to.
You, yeah, you just want to pour down a drain or chug it.
I think
Yeah.
that's where the adjunct.
That actually can be a good topic, a finish for a beer. That can actually be a topic in itself.
So that's
Yeah,
really good for
true.
adjunct too, because like this one, the Rosemary Baby, it was actually a decent pumpkin beer, but it's just those spices that left the aftertaste. It was just killer on my
Yeah.
tongue.
So
Yeah.
Well, especially where we're not supposed to be chugging it too, so it just fucking just throws everything off.
so
I
Brew,
did want to say one thing about pumpkin beers. Did you guys know that that was some of the first beers that were made in the United States were pumpkin beers? So
Hmm.
it is
Not
very
know that.
For
old.
nutritional value.
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, women were the ones that actually would make that pumpkin beer. So, just saying.
nice.
Actually, women used to be the ones that only make the beer, quite
Always.
honestly. You
That
know,
is true.
so yeah, it
Yep.
was for nutritional value, and they gave it to kids.
so
Huh.
since Bruja, you kind of introduced the topic, how about you go ahead and just let people know what we're going to be talking about today?
Oh, well, just adjuncts in the beers. If you guys don't know adjuncts out there, it's just like stuff that you're adding to the beer, just like like when you have milkshake, like fruited milkshakes, it's heavily fruited, or you can have like the spices, like the pumpkin and the pumpkin as well. Like this one has pumpkin puree in it. Like I said, it wasn't that bad. It was just the spices that really freaking burned the heck out of my tongue right now.
It's
So-
windy behind you, Ice Queen.
When I think of adjunct beers, for some reason, I always think about. I've been seeing a lot of cereals, like
Hmm.
being added into beers, and I'm just like, I'm always just like, I have never had a beer with Fruity Pebbles in it. Have any of you guys?
No.
No,
No.
kind of scares me
No.
actually.
Yeah, exactly. In my opinion, I kind of steer away from them because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna get.
Yeah. I mean, I get it because, you know, that's something different. So they're always trying to change it up. But like you said, it can be scary sometimes to think, what did they put in this?
Yeah, yeah. Even like lactose, that's or whatever they call it. That one's like,
Like
sounds
lactose.
really good, but as soon as I see that, I'm just kind of like, it just fucking shoots me down. Just like,
Yeah,
There really nothing is off limits now. I see a lot of stuff, but lactose, I kind of like lactose. I like that creamy smell when it comes with like a triple IPA, lactose in it. I kind of dig that. But really, I've seen people put cheesecake, bun cake, Oreo cookies. Nothing is really off limits now. Chili pepper, pickle.
I mean, we even had a mustard beer out of, where was that, Martin House?
Right. Yes.
did you guys see the beer I had yesterday with the Carolina Reaper in it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
man, that's got to. Oh, that had a burn.
That was so good and so spicy at the same time. It was
I'll
pretty
pass.
good beer.
Rogue
It's
makes
not for a
sriracha.
fan part.
One thing that stood out to me lately that I've really liked for some reason is sours with lactose. Like put those two things together,
Mm.
and for some reason it just hits the spot constantly. I've yet to get one that doesn't taste right, so fingers crossed. But Yeah, those two things I wouldn't think, because at least when you think lactose, you think milk and sour milk
Right.
sounds awful.
They
Actually,
wouldn't go
yes.
together at all.
Who made
Speaking
a
of
vodka
that,
sour that you can, sorry, if you don't mind sharing one.
I can't remember the two I had first that it really got me into it, but the last one I had was it came out a couple weeks back from 8-bit. I think it's
Oh, okay.
Badlands or something like that. It's so darn good. I'm like still hoarding one from a while back, but
Checkers, didn't they have that cheesecake with lactose and it was a sour also?
maybe
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I feel like I'm not really into like super sour beer. So when they stick that lactose in there, it evens it out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to say Green Cheek has one right now called Overjoyed. It is a double sour IPA with some lactose, and that was really fucking good. I actually gave Jaren one, and he was surprised because he's not into sours, and he would really fucking like that. And that one was really sweet. I remember getting a lot of strawberry at the end.
It was definitely good.
All right,
Yeah,
so you
and
just opened up the door for me when you said sour DIPA, which is what I'm having now. For me, when I have a double IPA, I want the hops to come through. When you're adding all these adjuncts, it kills it. You can't taste any. I like to taste the hops of my beer. So this was given to me and I was wanting to drink it anyway, so I know it's good. But for me personally, a lot of or too many adjuncts will kill the flavor of the hops that really should come through with particularly sour DIPAs. That's my thing about adjuncts. It has its place, but for certain beers, I kind of want the hops to shine as well. That's just me.
I have also noticed there's a certain hype brewery who tends to cover up their off flavors with adding a bunch of adjuncts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean
Share?
450?
Oh,
Oh, don't get all started on that.
listen, man. Drink their IPAs. Forget their friggin' Berliner Weiss, Ashy, whatever. They're fun in a pinch, but come on.
So when we get into like adjuncts and throwing things in there, at like what point is it taking away, like you were saying, I'll kind of completely away from it being a beer in a sense? Because I've been hearing a lot of breweries, it's kind of like it's puree with beer, and it's like, okay, I'll still drink it, don't get me
Sure.
wrong, but it's like seriously, where you're taking so much away from the beer itself that where does it stop being a beer?
Right. The identity of beer is gone.
Yeah, that's kind of where I have an issue with the slushy beers, because like you're
Yeah.
no longer giving us a beer, you're giving us pure fruit. Like I'm not gonna wait out in line for hours for this just puree. I mean, I can go to the store and buy that myself and just, make my own beer shake.
Yeah.
or beer
Yeah.
shake.
People
And
are
they
let's
sell
just
out in
throw-
hours.
it's more like a fucking drink. You're like on vacation. They just put rum in it. That's pretty
A
much
lot
how
of
I
that
feel.
is- I think a lot of that is just trying to appeal to people that don't normally like the traditional beers. They don't like the hoppy tastes, which unfortunately
But-
are a lot of times women.
It could be like a gateway beer. Like, okay, this beer is good.
Yeah.
I can try
Or
some
they're
more.
trying to provide an alternative for people that are in the breweries that don't actually like beer.
Well, they need to go to a winery then.
I think
Weird.
I feel like for
I
me,
agree.
I didn't drink. I've never had a slushy until this past Friday. I had a Drecker, and that was my first. That was my first slushy of any type. But I did really like, and I said it before, like I did really like sours. Like I wasn't into that hoppy flavor. So, like Al said, I do understand that it does mask that hoppy flavor that now I do really like after drinking so many different types and good ones, really, really good ones.
What's up?
I really do like that hoppy flavor, but I do also like, as a kind of niche kind of beer, that other style, like with the heavy lactose and fruit and sours and stuff like that. But it's not something I would drink multiple of. I drink like maybe one or two in a week or something like that, because now I am more for this kind of hoppy flavor and tasting the different blends of hops and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but that
I think
like kind of like Jaron said, that was kind of like my starter in a way, like my foot in the door to kind of get a feel for different things.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I think that's what we do to like emphasize the hop flavor that's already in there. So it's like if you're going to have mosaic in there, you're going to be using not necessarily grapefruit, but like something to complement it, just so that way it evens out. I think that's a good way to use
Something
it.
to bring out, some fruit to equal and bring out what the hops already are.
Right.
That's what I'm, and it's funny you pick Mosaic because that's like the wild child. You could put a whole bunch of different fruits to bring out Mosaic, but it's one of the better ones.
So Ricky, what about you, man? You've been kind of quiet on it.
You know what? To me, man, every time I think or hear adjuncts, for me, the first thing that comes to mind is stouts. I rarely deviate from like IPAs that have a bunch of adjuncts. I do taste them, and I always try to taste everything, but I won't go out of my way to get one of those slushy beers. I won't go out of my way to get a sour IPA or sometimes something that's too fruity. Like somebody else was saying, I like to taste the hops. I like to taste the combination of hops, and what the hops can do. Because if you get the right combination of hops, you can make that beer, juicy and fruity and stuff and flavorful. So for me, whenever I see adjuncts or I think of adjuncts, stouts for me. Imperial stouts. There's a lot of them that I've had and a lot of them that I really enjoy. I tend to stay away from the super sweet adjuncts like when they put a bunch of marshmallow and stuff like that. But I really do enjoy the different types of coffees that they use or the different spices sometimes that they use.
Yeah, like Madagascar vanilla and stuff like that. Yeah,
definitely. That's where I go to with adjuncts.
So I take in no s'more beers.
There are some good s'mores beers out there, though. What is it? That campfire stout that has marshmallow in it?
That campfire stout is fire. I love that.
Good.
it is creamy.
Very creamy.
Have you guys tried Ale Smith's Jamaican coffee stout that they have?
Is that the Speedway? That's not the Speedway. It is?
Yes.
That
I
was
like
good.
coffee stouts in general, so I feel like coffee with stouts is like the perfect adjunct for that. But like she said, s'mores too.
When
Really
I remember
good.
drinking stouts, I think Ale Smith was pretty. They were pretty solid with theirs.
Right.
Like, everything they came out with was pretty good.
Yeah.
So one thing that we've been kind of alluding to about like hops, and Ricky, you definitely hit the nail on the head is if you get the right mix of hops, you can definitely bring out that tropical fruit flavor and all that. Like, I think when I first got into hazies and all that, it was when I went up to Oregon and they were making a lot of really flavorful, hazy, tropical, just amazing flavor, fruit flavor, if you will, beers. But it was just hops, absolutely no juice, no fruit, no nothing put in there. Why do you guys think, and maybe nobody will have an idea, but why do you think they went away from that? Like, doesn't it seem more obvious to stick with hops and know how hops, mess with each other as opposed to being like, let me just throw, I don't know, a bunch of mango in it and see what it does together?
You know what? I have to say, all it took is one person to just throw something into their beer and it just set it off. Like, oh, this has natural, this has orange, this has peach, this has mango, this has coconut. If it catches fire, every other brewery is going to follow suit and be like, okay, well, let's do this. But it's true. You can trick out hops to get those combinations. Like, whatever kind of hops you're using, you can get that fruit salad fucking vibe going. But it's just, all it took is, a couple people be like, okay, I'm going to throw this into my beer. And everybody else follows suit, in my opinion.
And that,
like somebody else has to, sorry, go ahead, Ricky.
No, I was going to say that blew my mind that you could get those flavors out of mixing hops.
Yeah.
In this podcast, I've definitely learned a ton, especially about like the different flavors that different hops have. Like, using.
I'm still learning.
That's a good topic.
Yeah. And you could get like a pineapple flavor or a mango flavor or a really sour type flavor. And, just mixing those, I had no idea. I honestly thought that it was all adjunct. If it tasted fruity, that they put fruit in it. And I didn't realize that you can really get that flavor out of just mixing hops.
No, some
I
fruit.
think like someone had said earlier, maybe this started as a way of getting other folks to get into it or to oh, this is brewed with pineapple. Oh, I like pineapple. Let me just try this.
Right.
Right. Whereas before it was just like, this is Simcoe Galaxy Mosaic. And you're like, if you're not a beer drinker, you're like, oh, what the hell does that mean? I don't really know what that means.
Sure.
I don't know what flavors I'm going to get with the beer,
I think
That's where the saying comes in, where it says there's a beer for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there is. You gotta find.
And I think during
I
COVID
felt like it was
specifically. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh. It's okay. I feel like it was an evolution because like we had the Blue Moon owner, like when he started, he's like, no, it's an orange and going to everybody just like squeeze it in. And so then it evolved where like we're not gonna squeeze it into the beer. We're gonna do it before that so that way it's in there. And so just like I think it evolved from there. I mean,
That's actually a great point because no one was putting like everybody like was putting a lime in a lemon into their Corona, and then we have a wheat beer that you throw an orange into.
Yeah, but I think a wheat beer is brewed with orange peel and coriander and all that stuff.
Right.
Right, but it makes sense to add the actual piece of fruit to it as well. I mean, they marry well. So that's a good point there, Clarissa. Cheers to you.
Hi, Queen. What were you saying?
I was gonna say that during COVID, a lot of people are home drinking, and so I think that breweries were trying to appeal to more people. Like they're really trying to survive off of their new releases and
Right.
more people get into the craft beer industry. And I even think that the brewers themselves are probably annoyed with the adjuncts at this point. If it sells, it sells, and it's helping the breweries stay open. I think that's a part of it. So
also
Yeah,
there's
and-
a lot of creative freedom with that. It's just like
that's true. Yeah.
just do whatever you want to it.
I think a topic that we need to discuss, kind of going on when we were talking about hype beers, is the whole idea of like waiting and trying to get into places to get that one beer.
Like Monkish.
Like several different breweries, where
Gordy.
one thing that's really interesting is the fact that once that line's over, you can actually still get that beer often.
Yeah.
There's like nobody there. So we'll get into that another time. We are about 2 minutes left before we end. So let's try to actually wrap up with our idea of the best name and the best can art that we have.
Right.
I personally like to nominate my Deftones can, just because I fucking love the Deftones and it says Deftones on there. Anybody
Love
else have a
I'm not
nomination?
even putting mine in this one.
That's pretty disappointing, but I mean
I think, on the name part, I like this one. Hello, Gord.
I
Just-
get the award for the most generic ass fucking can because it is absolutely A&P supermarket Pathmark fucking.
Pathmark.
Wow, is that a toilet on your beer? What was that?
Well, these have some pretty cool pumpkins on it.
Yeah.
Where's the put your beer back up?
That one,
Well, you know what?
might be the best.
I kind of like Rich's because I'm into skulls and skeletons and stuff. So I'm voting for Rich.
I would also
What
just
about
kind of
tombstones?
that
That is
my
pretty
my
cool.
pumpkin beer, the name of it, Jock O' Lantern.
Oh come on! I
Yeah.
have to go on the name Rosemary Baby.
Oh, you know what? Oh,
There it
oh, I'm sorry. You know what, Rich? I'm going to abandon you and go to Bruja because that is a cool.
Yeah.
Hey, but wait,
It has.
what does Rosemary have to do with pumpkin?
You ever
It's
watched the
Halloween,
movie?
Rosemary's
It's a
Baby.
pumpkin.
Crazy.
It's a Halloween movie. I mean,
Yeah.
movie.
All right. So wait, I wanna ask, does everybody know the movie Rosemary's Baby? Have they watched?
No.
Have you watched it?
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it. I'm scared of it.
It's a fucked up. Oh, it's a fucked up man. I was like 9 years old. I'm like, what the hell happened to this
Exactly.
lady?
That's like
It's-
a
yeah,
devil movie.
I was 9. That's an
I'm gonna have to look it up now.
It's a book too.
I think we're done with that. Name goes to Bruja. What about can art? Anybody choose the best can art?
Everybody hold it up and we choose.
I like,
Yeah.
personally, I like J Humps. That looks
I
pretty.
like J-Hump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Brujas. I'm sorry. It speaks to me in my generation of Rosemary's Baby. So
Your generation?
yeah, bro. Come on.
What you guys call the silent generation? With that being said, sure, you guys join us next week when we're going to have some special guests from Unsung and be drinking some Unsung beers. Everybody?
And I'll be back.
See you guys at Chug Week.
Signing out.
Oh yeah.